Good morning, it's David from Four Coconuts. So when we were home recently in Boston, visiting friends, we got a lot of comments that people wanted to understand how we were living and a little bit more about the boat. Apparently we were taking a lot of pictures of what we were doing, but not so much about the boat. Here we are in Bocas del Toro, Panama, and we are at a marina called Red Frog Marina. It's actually in a nature preserve on an island in the Bocas del Toro region called Bastimentos. It's very neat. It's a very small marina, and I'll pan across briefly here. It's a very large charter catamaran right there, and then down the dock you'll see one or two people walking down. Moving over here to the right, here's Coco, and Coco is a 45-foot catamaran. It has 4 cabins, and in each of those cabins there is a head, which is a bathroom, along with a shower. So everyone has their individual head and shower. The 4th cabin we actually use either for guests, but most of the time when we don't have guests it functions as a garage for all the miscellaneous stuff that we have. You'll see on the back here, up top, there are some solar panels. We have 1,000 watts of solar. And with respect to the energy needs of the boat, that really supports most of the needs of the boat. So it powers a battery bank, and from the battery bank we take power. The solar panels also, during the day, provide enough power to make between 50 and 80 gallons of water. So we do make our own water at a rate of around 15 gallons an hour. Fortunately it's quiet, and so it's, you basically turn the system on and it just works, and then voila, a couple hours later you've got a lot of water. You'll see also there's a cockpit enclosure. So with respect to the tour, what we'll do is we'll go up the hull, and then we'll walk down the side, we'll look in the front of the boat, and then we'll walk down the other side and talk a little bit about that, what you'll see there, and then we'll go into the cockpit and then into the saloon where we live, you know, when spend a lot of our time both in the cockpit and also inside. All right. Good old Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I'll walk across the back here for a minute. There's 4 coconuts. Alright, so now let's go ahead and we're going to step across here. Always take our shoes off. In fact, if it was another boat, you'd typically say, "Captain, permission to come aboard." But I don't think we'll need to do that here. Alright, stepping across and moving up the hull. So with respect to catamarans, you'll see this is a nice easy walking area to get up to the front. A lot of people think that when you're sailing you're heeled over, and that's the case on some boats. On catamarans not so much, so we can often underway we're easily able to, say, put a glass on a table or whatnot. The boat stays nice and flat under power and under sail. Okay. Oh, who do we have here? Hello!
Did you come to see the front of the boat? Okay. This is the standing rigging. It holds cables going up to the mast. Really high.
How high?
71 feet.
71 feet. Have you been up there yet?
Yes.
Oh.
This is the SSB antenna. It allows us to reach and send messages all the way around the world. So I could send one to Australia right now. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. So this is the front of the boat, otherwise known as the bow. We have bedroom hatches. And 2 trampolines at the very front of the bow. They are not bouncy, so don't get excited. Here is the Genoa. It reaches up for most of the mast and is as wide as about this deck. It's unfurled using the ropes upon the mast. But that's not the only sail we have.
No?
We have the good old main. And of course, the spinnaker. The spinnaker is in this storage locker, which also holds other things.
Oh my word.
The spinnaker is a large sail that is about the size of both of the Genoa and the main together. It is blue and white and is strung separately.
Why is that so full?
Because you packed it that way.
So you could normally stand in that, right?
Yes, I could normally stand in it.
How many gallons of water can we hold?
200.
Aha.
In here is not another storage locker though. This is the anchor. It is not designed like a pirate's anchor though. It is more of a triangular shape, meant to scoop everything up and stop the boat from moving.
And that anchor's 73 pounds, right? And it's got 250 feet of chain.
Correct.
How does it go up and down though?
Well, that's easy. Olden times, pirates may drop the anchor overboard. We're not cut out for that. We're just going to use a TV remote. Not quite TV remote, but it goes up and down.
Looks like it's going to rain again.
There's a lot of rain here.
In fact, in the month of August, they received more rain than the entire year before, right? Wow.
Oh, this is Mommy's paddleboard. She got it for her birthday. A surprise present. It is not a surfboard, it is a paddleboard. The difference between them is that this one is designed not to cut through the waves as much, and it has 3 fins instead of 1. Coming down now, on the other side of the boat, we have Skippy. Skippy is our dinghy. She takes us places when we're in anchorages, and we can't just take the big boat everywhere. She has a Yamaha 15 horsepower strapped onto her, and she is fast enough to carry the entire family comfortably.
And that can get up on plane, right?
They can get up on the plane. Just barely though, which makes it
Yeah.
comfortable.
Can it pull you tubing?
Yes.
Kneeboarding?
Yes.
Do we have water skis?
No.
Darn.
Over here is very important to us. This is our rescue. If the boat began to sink or there was a fire when we were underway, this would be what we would use.
All right, why don't I come down here and you can show how to release it.
Back here is a buckle. You unbuckle it, take the entire box, and toss it in the water. Once it's in the water, it will inflate on its own, creating a huge raft. It legally can hold 8 people, but it's not very comfortable. It's already provisioned with water, food, fish hooks, and other important items in case we were stranded on the raft for long periods of time. And
Flares.
then, right above you,
Right?
is the solar panels. The solar panels provide most of our energy. They charge our battery bank.
And provide a little shelter from the rain.
Yes, which I'm going to stay under right now because I'm getting wet. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back. Okay, so we have a bit of a change of scene. We've left Red Frog Marina, and now we're about a quarter mile off of Bocastown, which is the capital of the region. All right, so earlier I talked about the solar and supporting most of the power needs of the boat, and I didn't say all. And the reason for that is that if you have a number of successively cloudy days, then obviously the solar is going to be limited in what it can provide. So in addition to the solar, we've got 3 diesel engines on the boat, all of which can dump back power into the battery bank. We've got the 2 main engines, they're 54 horsepower Yanmars, and then in addition we have a dedicated generator. So the generator, can provide copious amounts of power. In fact, enough to drive air conditioning units that we have on board also. We've got 3 AC units, and they can also provide heat, and they also can run as dehumidifiers. All right, something else you'll notice is that there is a mesh on the back half here, whereas there's a plastic called Strataglass on the front. And the reason for that is simply to provide you protection from the elements that are coming at you, like rain and whatnot, from the front, versus shade and ventilation in the back. When you're cruising the tropics, in the typical trade wind routes, what you've got is you're facing into the east, where the trade winds blow from. However, that means that when the sunset starts to happen, the sun setting in the west, means that in the afternoon the sun's going to really start baking you. So we can drop this mesh, and it cuts about 60 to 70% of the sunlight, and it really cools you off tremendously. All right. Something else you see here, this is called a life sling. So earlier Maya talked a little bit about the life raft. This is a device so that if somebody goes overboard, you can throw it into the water. The top pops off, you throw it in, and it floats, and it's attached to a rope. Okay? Also, in the event somebody goes over, what you really do is you throw this first, but then you throw anything that floats, really. And you yell, "Man overboard, man overboard, man overboard." The first person to do that keeps their eye on the person for the duration of the rescue. We've never heard of anybody going over, and I can tell you we certainly don't plan on it. Dogs occasionally. Another safety device, or security really, is that we have a pressure pad. So if somebody tries to board the boat at night and they step on a pressure pad underneath that rug, then we have a very loud, ear-splitting alarm that'll set off across the anchorage and wake everybody up. All right. Uh-oh. Are you back?
Uh-oh.